Okay, guys, so I noticed that Kurt had his bridle sitting here, which I don't know why it's not in his tack room, but I saw it out here, and I figured I wanted to do a video about hackamores. Now, for the most part, people think that hackamores are like mine. They have the shanks on the sides with the nice little nose band. You can also have the shanks that are like this. I personally don't like these ones as much, but that's just my personal preference. Ooh. Oh, I dropped his bridle. What a shame. But, so most people think that those are the only kinds of hackamores, like that's it. But in fact, hackamores are anything basically that is a bridle without a bit. So the one that people always get mixed up and say that it's not a hackamore is this. This is a bosal or bosal, depending on what part of the country you're in. I say both ways, though bosal is the more common way I say it. And if you can see Blondie moving hay around, that's what she's doing. That's who Stall we're in front of right now. But yeah, most people think that bosals are not hackamores because it doesn't have hackamore in the name. And just because it doesn't have hackamore in the name doesn't mean it's not a hackamore. If you were to Google hackamores, you would find a bosal, you would find a mechanical hackamore, you would find, was it Dr. Cook's side pull bridle, you'd find a couple other kind of bridles that I can't think of at the moment. Wow, my rings are very dirty. I need to clean those. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So a hackamore is a category of bridle, just like it with bits. Bit is a category in tack, and then you have different types of bits in that category. Same with hackamores. Hackamore is a category, and then the different types are in that category. So when people say that, oh, bosal's not a hackamore, it's rough on a horse, blah, blah, it cuts their nose up, it can, especially if you've got even this kind of hackamore with the rawhide noseband. If you have a horse that has a sensitive nose and you have really hard hands, that's going to rip their face up. Yes, it's going to happen. Especially if you ride them for long periods of time with that, they can get pretty raw and chafed. And I have seen some horses start to bleed a little bit. But this kind of bosal that we have here, which is Larry's makeshift bosal, it has a nice little bit of leather, and it's soft leather, so it's a little bit more sensitive than that. So my horse doesn't like the rawhide on her nose, but she's fine with this bosal. I put it on her before I got my hackamore. And she was fine in it. She did really good in it. I personally don't like bosals. I don't like having my reins underneath my horse's jaw that close together. I also don't like the sliding motion that this makes. But that's just my personal preference. It's also why I don't like riding in a rope halter where my reins are underneath the horse's chin. It's good for getting a horse to collect, but it's not the greatest for horses that don't like that sliding motion. Bugsy doesn't like it when her halter slides around on her face, and she doesn't like it that the bosals slide around on her face either. But with any kind of tack, you need to make sure that it's fine for your horse and that you like it. Personally, I wouldn't have bought that type of hackamore, and I wouldn't have bought this type of hackamore either. I love this hackamore that Jason got me for Christmas. It's my favorite. It's really nice leather. I love it. And I do have to wash it. I feel so bad. I think I just didn't rinse it off when I rode last, which is stupid on my part. But yeah, so it's just personal preference. Some people only ride in bosals and they only work with bosals. Some people like those kind of hackamores where they have the curved shank. What I mean by that is they go back and then come forward. I don't like the rubbing motion that it makes on the side of the horse's face. Some people, it doesn't do that on their horse, but on my horse it does. Again, just personal preference. Also, if you've noticed, these are really disgusting halters, just so you guys know. They're also really bad lead ropes. Anyhow, getting sidetracked again. Sorry. But yeah, I just want to make sure that we got that cleared up, that hackamores are a category that have different subunits in them, such as bosals, mechanical hackamores, Dr. Cook bridles, side pulls, all sorts of things. It's anything without a bit, pretty much. Anything except a rope halter. Because I was watching a video and someone was saying that, oh, a bosal is way more harsh than a hackamore, and it's like, I think you're meaning a mechanical hackamore. I'm going to assume that's what you mean, because a bosal cannot be harsher than a hackamore when it is a hackamore. So when people say hackamore, I just kind of assume they mean mechanical hackamore, but I still feel the need to correct it when they're comparing something to a hackamore. When they're comparing hackamores to hackamores. If you're saying, oh, a hackamore is better than a bit, because it's more gentle on a horse's face, if you were to use that kind of comparison, yeah, saying hackamore is fine, because I don't know what kind of hackamore you mean. I don't know if you mean that kind of hackamore, this kind of hackamore, or this kind of hackamore. So when you say it that way, that's a fine comparison, because it's the hackamore as a category and bit as a category. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to clear that up a little bit. It's just something that bothers me when people say it, because I have had several people say it, and I have seen a couple of videos where people have said that, and they are the same category of object. You wouldn't say that a shank bit is not a bit, but a snaffle is. They're both bits. They both go in the horse's mouth. A bit is any type of metal that goes, it's a piece of metal that goes into a horse's mouth. A hackamore is a bridle without a bit. So, now that we've got that cleared up, guys, I'm going to muck out stalls, make sure everyone's all ready to go this morning, and then probably put everybody out for turnout. But yeah, so we're going to end it there, guys.